I'm actually I'm watching it again on DVR. It's the end of the 8th round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute it, and what I have right here in my possession is the Compubox numbers. So total punches thrown: Danny Garcia 589, Lamont Peterson 494. Danny Garcia has the edge. Total punches connected: Danny Garcia 173, Lamont Peterson 170. Danny Garcia has the edge. Small edge, he has the edge. Percentage: 29% for Danny Garcia, Lamont Peterson 34%. Lamont Peterson has the edge, more accurate puncher. Jabs thrown: Danny Garcia 201, Lamont Peterson 283. Lamont Peterson has the edge in jabs thrown. Jabs connected: Danny Garcia 26, only 26. Jabs connected for Lamont Peterson 65. The percentage: 13% of jabs for Danny Garcia. Lamont Peterson landed at 23%. So as far as accuracy in overall punches thrown and jabs, Lamont Peterson had the edge. As far as overall punches thrown, overall punches landed, Danny Garcia had the edge. Overall punches, overall jabs thrown, overall jabs landed, Lamont Peterson had the edge. Follow me. Power punches thrown: 388 for Danny Garcia, 211 for Lamont Peterson. Power punches connected: 147 for Danny Garcia, 105 for Lamont Peterson. Percentage: 38% for Danny Garcia, 50% for Lamont Peterson. What does that mean? Lamont Peterson was the more accurate puncher in the fight, but he did not do enough earlier in the fight. He didn't start fighting. I am watching it right now. He didn't start fighting until the 8th round, basically. And I'm talking about where he was, where you heard Marv Abed saying he is just stalking Danny Garcia. He didn't start fighting until then, when he started showboating and, you know, doing the cranking up and all that. But Danny Garcia was consistently working when Lamont Peterson wasn't right there. So, you know, there's so many other things to talk about too. I actually thought this would be at the 12th round by now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward it, because yes, I know I've seen, there's going to be somebody that's going to ask, did you see the video of Danny Garcia talking about asking or saying to Lamont Peterson that he lost? I can't show the exact footage, but what we're going to do is we're going to listen, and we're going to listen carefully. And I'm thinking I should cut the surround sound on so you can hear that way, so I can put the speaker right up here. And we're going to listen carefully, because it's a little bit of controversy at the end, and of course I want us to get deeply into it. So what I'm going to say is, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live with RealCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. Basically, as I said, I'm not doing any more Google Hangouts for a couple of weeks, you know, maybe a little longer, till I get some things sorted out. You know, as you can see, I look bad, I'm exhausted. A lot of video editing and all that type of stuff going on. But what we're going to do is right now, we are going to listen. Oh, whoa. I went too far. Hold on, give me a minute.
12 full rounds of action will go to your judges' scorecards. Your first judge, ringside Don Ackerman, scores the fight 114 to 114. He sees it even. That score overruled, however, by judges Kevin Morgan and Steve Weisfeld, who both scored the fight the same at 115 to 113 for the winner by majority decision, Danny Garcia.
Well, you're not going to be able to hear it. I'm trying to hear it. And if you can't hear it, then go to my Facebook page, or it's all over social media right now of this clip where Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson go to embrace and they're talking, and it sounds as though Danny Garcia is saying, "I know I lost, but I didn't really pay any attention to it." So what I'm going to do is, after I'm And it sounds like Lamont Peterson, after Danny says it, Lamont Peterson is saying, "Y'all lost, y'all lost, y'all lost." And then I see people in the background kind of like shaking their head, like, in back of Lamont Peterson. And I'm thinking, well, even if Danny did say it, it's like, you don't say stuff like that, especially like when cameras and everything are right there. And right now, what I'm looking at an actual over the ring shot. I'm going to give you a little bit of like, an over the ring shot, to where you can see the cameras and the microphones are right there. And I'm thinking like, well, wait a minute. Why would you, like, did he really? And that's why it's hard for me to believe that he said it. So for example, I gotta listen to the audio. People are enhancing the audio, and in this social media generation and age right now, people they are going to get crystal clear quality of that if he did say that. And I just don't think he would do that to all them cameras right there. Also, for example, Peter Quillen earlier in the night said something along the lines to his trainer later on in the fight, like, my knee, or I gotta pee, or something wrong with my teeth, and his trainer was like, "Don't worry about that." So I just don't know. So once I go to sleep, wake up, I'm going to get a little more deeper into that. But yeah, after reading the punch stats, I say, okay, all right. I can understand how people can say Lamont Peterson came close to, maybe winning, or, he fought a close fight. But just to go ahead and say, that he got robbed, it's like, well, you got DVR. In this day and age, you should have DVR, Or if not, go watch it on the Premier Boxing Champions website or NBC website or wherever they have it at. And it's like, really, honestly, Lamont Peterson became very dangerous in those final rounds. Very dangerous. Danny was slowing down, but at the same time, where was all that earlier in the fight where he was moving all around? Because I was thinking at one point in time to myself, he's 165 pounds. He come into the ring at 165 pounds. So did he come into a ring at 165 pounds to do all this moving? Now, mind you, I was impressed that at 165 pounds, which Lamont Peterson came into the ring as, that he was able to continuously move like that, and also, not gas out at the end, but then in between each round, not sit down on a stool. So I'm thinking, like, well, goddamn, like, who's this strength and conditioning coach? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about what Danny Garcia has to do next. The WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, WBC president, and I talked about it many times. Danny Garcia has to fight Viktor Postol next. There is no Lamont Peterson rematch, no Matisse. No, he has to fight Viktor Postol next. Me personally, I don't think Danny Garcia is going to do it. He says if he fights at 140 pounds, it would have to be before August, in like June or July or something like that. Can he beat Viktor Postol? Yes. Will he beat Viktor Postol? We don't know. And especially if you look at this Lamont Peterson thing, in which he clearly won, but it just wasn't enough for fans to, not put some controversy behind it. So he got Lamont Peterson, Rod Salka, Mauricio Herrera, and right now it's like, Danny Garcia is a superstar because now he's becoming like that Floyd Mayweather-ish where people want to see him lose, if you get what I'm saying. So I look at it like this. In my opinion, he won the fight. He won the fight in a close fight. Lamont Peterson just didn't turn it up. Lamont Peterson was accurate. Should I read the numbers again? I don't think I have to read the numbers again. I shouldn't. You can go find them out there on your own. I'm going to actually watch the fight in full, you know, several times over the next few days. And right now, just seeing it once, just watching it that one time with no distractions. I was doing some work on the computer and I'm watching and I'm like, yo, like, why is he 165 and he moving like this? Like, I thought since he 165, he was going out there to try to out-muscle, you know, and just beat up and wear down on Danny, to whereas he started doing that. But he didn't start doing that till after round 8. If you go look at even look at Steve Farhood's card, if you go look at before round 8, literally, what was he doing? What was he doing? Yeah, he cracked Danny a couple times, but, you know, with those right hands. But, you know, and I'm talking about crack, like not hurting, but, you know, he connected cleanly. But outside of that, what was he doing? He didn't turn it up until late. The Lamont Peterson that I thought, remember I said in my predictions, the Lamont Peterson that I thought would be able to beat Danny Garcia would have to beat him on the cards and by work rate. That Lamont Peterson didn't show up until the 8th round. So, you know, it's not going to be a rematch anytime soon. Did Danny say he knows he lost, whatever the case may be? You know, it's like maybe he was bullshitting around, because honestly, like looking at the fight and depending on how you judge fights or whatever the case may be, I can't find a way that Lamont Peterson won, because those numbers as far as the punch stats, they didn't start coming until late. You get what I'm saying? So even though, let me go look at the numbers again. You know, I'm not going to repeat him. So even though, you know, Danny Garcia 589, Lamont Peterson, the total punches thrown 494, all that activity didn't come until late. You see what I'm saying? It didn't come until, you know, well into the second half, you know, or you know, into the second half of the fight. So, you know, it's deceiving a little bit. And yes, he was very accurate, especially when it came to power punches. 105 of 211, 50%. But then you look at Danny Garcia, 147. That's almost fit. That's 42 more power shots. You know, and power shots mean more than jabs in boxing. You know, depending on who you talk to. You know, but generally, power punches mean more, which is the reason why I had Canelo beating Lara. You know, and if you notice. If you notice, when situations like this happen in boxing, did you notice it's like 50-50 where people think Canelo won or people think Lara won when it comes to, you know, jabs and power punches and how you view the activity, and, you know, whether you call what Mayweather did to Canelo running or whether you call what Lara did to Canelo running. You know, you see what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you view the fight and what you're looking for. And remember, all judges score fighting differently. I keep using the same scenario where if the same judges that scored Mayweather versus Maidana 1 scored Canelo versus Lara, you probably would have different outcomes in both. You get me? So, I'm T-Street Controversy with RealCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. Let me see if there's anything else I need to go over. As I said, it has to be Viktor Postol. It can't be nobody else. Let me see if anything going on Twitter that I need to address. No, I addressed everything. Yeah, you know, the WBC president made it clear that Danny Garcia has. See? Everybody is trying to find out if Danny Garcia said, put it this way, of course, you know, if you've been following me over the years, of course, I like to play audio at the beginning of my videos. So what we're going to do is my next video on this topic, because it seems as though that is the headline. Did Danny Garcia say I lost to Lamont Peterson? That's the headline, and going to have to do another video on that. So right now I'm going to go, you know, get this video up, and then I'm going to rest. I'm going to, you know, actually just kick back and relax. You know, really, honestly, I'm just going to do some paperwork. But, you know, the fact that I'm not doing videos is rest within itself. So, T-Street Controversy with RealCombatMedia.com, T-Street Controversy on Twitter, T-Street Controversy on Instagram, T-Street Controversy on Shots. Iron You Shots sent the announcement. T-Street Controversy on Facebook, of course. Please subscribe.